Okay, never mind the in-game audio being kind of quiet for a second here. I finally got up here, and I will actually point out this is, in fact, a recording of when I got up here, which is why I didn't have a recording. Wait, that doesn't explain why I don't have a recording of me jumping on the first girder. I just started recording once I got on the first girder. And now replaying that footage, which got me a very suitable marble for the aesthetic that I use on this channel, which is very nice. Alright, give me a second. Okay, and now I actually have this marble equipped. But yeah, so I finally got that particular, here we go, treasure box, and it turned out to be a very nice marble, one that I'm very happy to have, because it just is the sort of aesthetic I like to go for. Still a little too reflective for my taste. I did at one point, by the way, actually try messing with the settings to turn on the reflections and whatnot. It doesn't actually make the marbles really look less reflective, though. It doesn't help them, you know, not all look like the same kind of mirror thing. It still bugs me. But anyways. What were you doing? I'm assuming we were on bonus 3, seeing as how I'm partway through bonus 3 on here. It's funny to me how, I managed to get all platinum on later chapters and on later bonuses, but not on earlier ones. Alright, let's keep on going. Oh, this one, shoot. I was gonna look up how I did this last time, wasn't I? Let me look up what route I took here last time. I don't want to spend forever on this. Okay, admittedly, this is kind of silly, but I was having a hard time finding precisely where I did this in my video. So I did just look up another route for this, just to avoid the matter of me having to figure out a route for the stage again after having done it the first time. And I think it took less time the first time too, which makes us feel especially silly. But here's a much more I don't know, inventive route that I can't particularly take credit for. There we go. And there we go. Okay, done with that stage. This one sounds familiar. Let me see. Is it? I'm not certain. Maybe not. Honestly, the biggest danger here right now seems to be the fact that they give me these speed boosts that I could absolutely ruin my life with. Like, how do you use those effectively? As soon as you use any, you're gonna just ruin the entire run, I feel like. Wow, today is a bad day for that, eh? I somehow did not fall. Okay, how did I not run into that any time before now? Oh, well, never mind. Yeah, I guess the mission is to see if this can somehow help you each time without it causing more problems than it solves, I guess. If you can manage to do something like that each time, that's great. Where you actually hit the wall and don't fly over it. Of course, better yet is probably traveling a bit more smoothly than that, but I also don't know how tight the timing is here, of course. Oh, what's that? Okay, wasn't trying to use more than one of those at once. Got way more speed than I anticipated. Oh, yeah, sure, why not? Sure. Just another challenge to take on at this point. Okay. And you can cut some corners too if you're thoughtful. I don't know if that's particularly wise either. I don't think there was any way that was going to go well using that boost there. Yeah, right now I'm still kind of improvising it the whole way through. Doing this is a little bit not improvised. Experimented a little bit to where that actually feels a little bit deliberate taking that turn. But otherwise, I'm sure that's what I intended. It's like lots of what I'm doing is I'm just using the speed boost and then trying to resist the speed boost the entire time afterwards. It is funny to me just how much longer the average stage length is than it was back in the original release of this game. I did not beat gold by a whole lot. I feel like I could do a lot better than that. If the game lets me restart the stage, come on. I don't know, like that. I expect more height. But yeah, I feel like it's really just... The entire name of the game looks like it's just kind of like that. Just managing to take these 90-degree turns kind of quickly while using speed boost along the way, which is definitely an unusual task. No, it says you're obligated to pick up every single one of these, granted, although that one was probably a good one to pick up. Okay, that was a bounce. Why was that a bounce? I did not expect that to be a big bounce. I'm sure. Just kind of counting on that to make the turn. There. I don't think jumping's gonna help me there. I don't think giving up the friction that I had that was keeping me from flying off the edge is gonna help me not fly off the edge. Almost actually managed to utilize the angry red face that has a name that I can't remember. See, that's particularly fun, managing to actually utilize the speed boost for a second there. That was awful. Wow, okay. I've managed to get to where I can make this one turn in a fairly satisfying feeling way. If that. I think we have a bit more left of the stage to really figure out than that, though. See, if I start like that, that's pretty okay, I think. Here you can keep up a little bit more speed, meant to stop a bit sooner than that, unfortunately. And I could be going a lot faster in some places here, I'm just deciding not to. I think I'm slowing down quite a lot on lots of these. Lots of these turns. Instead of taking them quite as quickly as I could. Man, I was going a little bit faster there. I think we're getting somewhere though. I feel like this is feeling kind of decent. I'm actually taking each of these. It's like here, that turn could be taken a lot faster. It's just I decided not to. Also could have actually grabbed that speed boost there. I don't think complain too much if that happens. That just happened. I mean, it's probably faster to take that turn not slamming into the wall, but it doesn't feel that bad if I happen to. Because the slower turn, stopping dead, kind of gets made up for by me also take this straightaway faster, I feel like. Main concern about taking these straightaways too quickly is that I end up flying over the side if I do, right? Oh, well. Sure. Doesn't feel particularly optimal. Honestly, this stage would be kind of fun to do without the speed boost. You know, and it's kind of a pleasant, unique component of the stage, having to go across these... Okay. Go across these hard corners with no... well, very little to keep you from falling off them. While also utilizing speed boost to do so very quickly. Coyote time. I don't notice it very often in this game, but it's really jarring when I do, for some reason. There you go. Almost recovered from that, but I missed the speed boost. Nope. Did not turn hard enough there. Yeah, I think we've got this. I think at this point it's probably just execution. Okay, so another rare bounce right there. I do not expect that to happen when it does. Yeah. Yeah, timing is just off when I got up there. Yeah, I'm not anticipating running into that second straightaway without having used the speed boost, so if I get there I can try to improvise, but it tends not to work out especially well. I did not jump that time. I did not press that button. Yeah, it's weird. Usually this controller gets better the more I use it, not worse. So it's been kind of weird seeing it get worse recently, these past couple sittings of the game. Although it's been approximately this bad before, for what it's worth. I can't quite figure out what decides whether or not I actually fly off the side whenever I hit a corner like that. Because sometimes I just pop up without doing anything different. It's just that sometimes I pop up and other times I don't. Yeah, it just didn't quite go as fast as I expected that time. Sometimes I just pop straight up afterwards, other times I end up flying right over the thing without almost slowing down at all. Man, is the timing different for these different guys, these different red boxes, or not? I can't quite tell. Also, for the first time, I managed to hit by that second one. How'd that happen? Not jumping, I guess. Ah. It's weird to me how much... the contrast between the actual challenge of getting a good time on these and how much they kind of baby you with the checkpoints is really strange to me still. Like, that first checkpoint is... like, we're pretty far into the optional challenge content in the game at this point, and that first checkpoint is extremely... Hi, I didn't do that. Extremely generous. Like, you cover like a few meters worth of level, and it says, okay, here's a checkpoint. Like, you red guy? Okay, that time I fall over. There are some things where, maybe this is just inherent to having a physics-based game, but there are cases where it feels kind of inconsistent, whether or not, well, just what happens in seemingly identical scenarios. This is one of those cases where I'm just spending an eternity doing the exact same thing, isn't it? I hate bouncing like that. It doesn't feel like what I'm trying to do is especially difficult, and yet it's taking a lot of tries. Whoa. Okay, this was especially hard to turn for some reason that time. Really threw me off. But yeah, if I happen to find myself... Okay, that was being sloppy. Careening into one of these corners, I actually don't know what's going to happen, which feels wrong. I feel like I should have some notion of what's going to happen in this specific scenario that I've encountered many times. But I don't, because it's different each time. Am I going to survive this time? Yes. I have no idea why I did that time and not other times. And then sometimes the controller presses the you lose button. Maybe I should unbound that free look most of the time. Not generally using it. I hesitated and thought, okay, well, I'll just go for after they move, and that was not something that worked. See, that time I wasn't even going that fast, but I still flew right over. I don't know how to try to predict what's going to happen. Not that it particularly matters, I guess, trying to predict in the sense that, like, I'm not going to do anything different based on my prediction. Either I fall and restart the stage or I don't. But if I wanted to actually implement that bouncing off of the corner into my run of stage, like I wanted to make that particular dash just now. Like, I don't know how you could do that because I have no idea how to intuit or influence one outcome or another. God, I hate bouncing off that little incline. Speaking of which, it's also kind of weird how in this game, bouncing is a very binary thing. You either do bounce, and yeah, I guess how much you bounce can vary, but there's a big difference between not bouncing at all and bouncing a little bit. The minimum amount that you bounce is actually fairly big, which leads to situations like here where usually I don't bounce at all. And that produces one outcome, and I get an extremely different one if I happen to bounce a little bit. Because a little bit bounce is a very big one. And what was the last time I even got over here? Feels like I'm taking forever to get far on the stage like I used to. There, jeez. Okay, next time we'll pick up the treasure box because I just saw the thing. Should not have taken as long as it did.